welcome to this week's vlog. So today, as promised, I've returned to a place called the Devilla forest, and this time I'm armed with a map. So we're going to go for a really good wander today, and the plan of action is to head up first of all to the Moorlock, which is near the top of the park, well this area, and then just sort of meander our way back round to this part where the cars are parked just over there. So that's the plan. You're probably wondering why I've come up at such a late time of the day. It's probably about an hour before sunset, and the reason for that is because there's a really heavy mist starting to just descend on the trees, and I want to try and capture some of that atmosphere, so we're going to see if we can go find some really cool subjects to photograph. So let's go for a wee walk. So as you can probably see behind me, there's a good mix of different types of trees here. On that side of the path we've got loads and loads of silver birches and Scotch pines, and then behind me we've got a mixture of fir trees and Scotch pines. Occasionally dotted all the way through, we've still got a couple of birches holding on to their autumn colours, which is exactly what I was looking for today. The reason I came down when it's clearly raining just now is because I've wanted to catch that rainy mist through the trees as well, just to kind of add a little bit of atmosphere, which you only get generally sunrise and sunset sort of times. So also what you can see is there's a little bit of sunshine just breaking through the cloud just above that yellow tree, which is starting to sort of backlight it a little bit. Not as much as I would have hoped. It's that sort of after rain, afterglow that's sort of happening just now. It's not as strong as I would have liked, but I was hoping that we might get that sort of really strongly backlighting that mist, and it might be making something a bit more special than what I've got. I'm still really happy with what I've got, but I'm going to continue down this path because the sun's moving as the clouds are moving, so we're just going to follow that. Unfortunately, I haven't found a lot of paths that take you into the forest yet, so I'm hoping to still find one or two of those as well before it gets dark. But I've just checked the time, and we've got about an hour before sunset, so hopefully we'll find a few more photographs on the journey through this bit here. So on our way up to the Moorlock, it's a bit more of a walk than I was expecting. I'm not sure if we're going to get back out the forest before it gets dark. I've been kind of trying to entertain myself a wee bit, so I've been trying things, experimental things that I wouldn't normally shoot in woodland photography. It's not really my thing. I've only ever done it once before, and it was with a seascape picture, which turned out quite nice. What I've been doing is, because we've got this really, obviously it's still raining just now, so we've got this really cool misty rain, it's making everything very dark and gloomy and atmospheric. So what I'm trying to do is, from a distance, I'm picking a set of trees that obviously when you're further away, that mist is more enhanced. So I'm picking a sort of group of trees, a cluster of trees, and I'm doing intentional camera movement with them, just for giggles because it's fun. So what I've been doing is two different types. I've been doing vertical and I've been doing horizontal compositions just to try them out. I've been experimenting with adding a bit of colour and then doing some more dreary photos which have no colour in them. And so far, I think for these types of photographs, I think the ones with no colour actually works really well. There's a group of trees just down there. So those group of trees are my subject at the moment, and if you can just about see here, that's the group that I've actually chosen to do my intentional camera movement with. So I've gone for quite a high ISO. I'm shooting at ISO 640, and we're doing f-stop 4.5 to make it quite a sort of, to give it a more shallow depth of field, just to throw that mist even further into the background, to make it look even more gloomier. And then we're also shooting at 30th of a second on an automatic white balance. So the noise you're probably hearing above me is there's a pylon right there, and it's incredibly loud and it's really distracting, so just ignore it. But so that's how we're shooting. My camera's absolutely soaking, look at the state of it. It's worth it though. I've got quite a few images from today. Some are not shooting with intentional camera movement, and some are obviously look quite good with it. So I think we're going to continue down. I reckon it's only another 10 minutes walk down the loch, so fingers crossed it won't be too far. I did say I wanted to get further into the forest, and I found a wee path that eventually led through this tunnel of which looked like rhododendrons and stuff. It was absolutely amazing. So as you can see, we're right in the midst of sunset, and we've still got about a 30-minute walk to get us back out of this forest. So yeah, I think we're going to just crack on and try and get out. I have taken some photographs down here, but because it is literally a moor loch, it's covered in reeds and it's covered in this beautiful sort of very light mist, not as misty as I would have hoped. I did get a photograph shooting straight across the loch with all of these sort of autumn colours in the forest on the other side, and unfortunately it's picking up a little bit of that sunset light, but because it's been blocked out by the clouds, not as much as I would have hoped. So, but it's still a beautiful walk. The tunnel bit was probably the highlight of the walk for me, to be honest, because it was just stunning. And the only thing I'll say about it is it doesn't really give you a proper view of the loch because you've got rhododendrons pretty much blocking your view all the way through it. So you have to continue around this wee sort of forest path, and so far this is the only view of the loch I've actually had, which is kind of obscured by trees. So I had to walk down, but then you kind of walk into boggy territory, which is a bit dangerous, and we all know I can't afford any more accidents. So so I think we're going to just continue down the path, hopefully join a road, and then hopefully get back to the car. But I'll post all my photographs at the end as usual. I hope you've enjoyed this wee stroll through the return to Devilla Forest. It's quite a spooky place. But I think the reason I wanted to come here is because when I came here before, we were in the height of autumn and it was just gorgeous, and it's beautiful in its own way, with this sort of cooler air and the mist sort of hanging about and stuff as well. And I think what I'm looking for is that transition from autumn to winter. I'm certain that quite a few of these photographs have probably captured that, because I have literally just been snapping like crazy all the way through here. There's so many photographs you can take, as there was last time. It's a brilliant place to come. On that note, I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. Thank you very much for watching yet again, and until next week, I'll see you soon. Bye.